Hi everyone, it's Sarah and Jonathan here from Sarah Homfray Embroidery. Welcome to another Stitching Around the World video, and we've got a really special one for you today because we are celebrating World Embroidery Day.
And I'd like to add that it's always a pleasure seeing all these videos as they come into us. Sarah doesn't get to see them until the finished compilation, so that she gets the pleasure of seeing it all put together. But it's always a pleasure for me to open up the Dropbox and see that there's a video waiting. I've got no idea who it's from, or where in the world they are, or what it is. So it's every time I get a notification, and it's like a little gift for me to open up and unwrap and enjoy. So thank you for doing it all. We get a lot of pleasure out of doing these compilations. So without further ado, I'm going to leave you in the hands of Jane.
Hello everybody, my name is Jane and I live in Minnewater in Australia, and I'm looking forward to sharing a few pieces with you and seeing what others around the world have been doing. The first piece I have to show you was inspired by a postcard that my husband brought back from Japan many years ago, long before we married, and I fell in love with it and wanted to depict it in stitch. So what I did, I painted the silk background of Mount Fuji and then put the embroidery over the top. I really enjoyed doing this one, and as you can see, I mounted it into the lid of a little box. My next piece, sorry about that noise, was taken from or inspired by a book by The Art of Annemieke Nien. She's a Dutch-born Aussie textile artist, and she gets her inspiration from our Australian critters. So I chose to do her Emperor gum moth. He's a moth that lives in the eucalypt forest of Australia, and he's quite a large moth. I made mine much more colourful. As you can see, it's a stump work, gold work metal thread, and I was very happy to be stitching him. Again, happy with how he turned out, which is always a bonus. The last piece I have to show you was taken from one of the fabulous books by Jane Nicholas. She does stump work and gold work embroidery, and she took her inspiration from Islamic tiles from Turkey, Syria and Persia. And I chose to do a Mughal Empire tile of a grapevine. Mughal grapevine. As you can see, it took quite a lot of precision to just place the metal threads and the beaded grapes just so, but I was thrilled with how that turned out, as it looked so delicate considering it's an enamelled tile. I was very happy with that one. So I hope you've enjoyed what I've had to share, and I look forward, as I said earlier, to seeing what others have done, and thank you to Sarah and Jonathan. Okay, bye.
Hello again. My name is Kana. I'm from Kobe, Japan. I'm going to show you my canvas work embroidery I made last year, called To Mice Under the Sun. I was really moved by this book, called Clara Under the Sun by Kazuo Ishiguro, so I decided to create this piece. The sun is an important character throughout the book, and my favorite scene is when two characters, Kohikapu Lady and Raincoat Man, embrace as if they hadn't met for a long time. In my embroidery piece, there are two mice under the sun. They deeply love each other and have finally met after all this time. Under the sun, which is smiling down on them. I really enjoyed working on this piece. Thank you for watching.
Hello, this is Sumita from Kolkata, India. This is a piece I have been working on recently. As you can see, it is a jute piece with cross-stitch stitches, contrasting background, which is known as asan, and this is a piece on which we put our gods and goddesses and worship on. The contrast is always a different color. It's a jute piece, and we have borders all around with either frills or satin cloth. This is another piece which I finished recently. It's a sari with run stitch all over and different designs of flowers on it. Traditional Indian wear by women. Bye and thank you.
Hello, my name is Punya. It is June 2022 and I live in Saskatchewan, Canada. This is a piece I did for a friend of mine whose brother has passed away. I incorporated a number of stitches in here, everything from French knots to straight stitches. I put beads in there. I even put a little baseball in this squirrel's hand because, well, he was really into baseball. I did applique. I did a filling stitch in here that I got from one of my favorite books, and it's called Mary Thomas's Dictionary of Stitches. Had to watch a few of Sarah's videos just to remind me how to do things again, like the French knots. Anyway, so I thought I'd share that with you, and yeah, I just wanted to keep the video short. And have a great day. Bye.
Well, hello, Salt PDX here. I'm a textile maker and tarot reader in Portland, Oregon, and I'm currently working on a large embroidered silk spread for laying out tarot cards. Furthermore, I'm documenting the project on my YouTube channel, if anyone's interested. Here's the piece on my big frame with some stitches laid in down here, and I'm going to be replicating them. And then here are some of the many samples I have worked up to go in to the project. And so I'm doing kind of complicated compound stitch patterns like you would in crazy quilting. And I'm also appliquing silk kimono fabric that I got when I visited Japan. And of course, there's lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of gold trim and beads and gold work because you can never have too much gold. Anyway, love you, Sarah and Ginger Cat, and thank you for letting me show my project.
Hello, good morning from sunny Milano in Italy. My name is Raffi. I'm very passionate about embroidery and I would like to show you the two projects I'm working on these days. This is the first one. It's a crewel work project. It's a kit by Mulberry Hill. And I am doing a little bit of studying and training on this because I have been accepted on the Royal School of Needlework online certificate. It starts with the crewel work, and I know absolutely nothing about crewel work, so I will start from there. And then the next very challenging project I took on this year, I don't know what got me, is traditional Japanese embroidery. This is my phase 1 project. I'm very ignorant, I don't know anything, and this is done with silk threads on silk fabric. And the peculiarity, this will be the finished design, and you might know that in Japanese embroidery you embroider from this side. So your design is here and you embroider like this. And I am very excited and I can't wait to see all the rest of your videos. And from my very messy living room, this is all. Goodbye.
Hello, my name's Amanda. I live in the UK in the southeast in the Chiltern Hills. This is a picture of the wall paintings in my local church, in the village church. The wall paintings go back to the 12th century. The church itself is actually over 1,000 years old. But these wonderful paintings we are so lucky to have. And I've decided to try and make some embroideries out of them. And as you can see, this is what I have done. They are much brighter in colour, of course, but I think in the 12th century, although the colours were limited, they would have been a lot brighter than they are now, obviously. The main picture is of St. Christopher. He's usually standing, looking at you as you go into the front door. In most churches, they have it that way. But the rest of the story, I think, is St. Catherine. We're not quite sure how they link together, pictures link together, but I think this gentleman and that gentleman are the judges, and of course this lady here and here are presumably Catherine. These poor wretches are on their way to hell, as I think these ones as well. I've tried to do it in the Opus Anglium, if I say that correctly, style as much as I can. But so far I'm quite pleased with them, although whether I stop now, I don't know. Anyway, thank you for giving me this opportunity to show them to you.
Hi, Sarah. I'm Keenan from Anchorage, Alaska, and lately I've been obsessed with gold work. I did your daisy pattern, and I've already given away, so I can't show that. And I did some other projects, and then I did the RSN Jubilee project, which was not optimum. I was disappointed with my cut work over padding. So I designed this particular project so I could practice that. There's carpet under here. You can see there's string under there. There's some felt under the dog's head. I was pleased with how intricate I could cut the kid for the dog head. And then there's some chipping and some couch work, which I need to practice next. So next up, I'm going to do the wheat project that you posted on your website. Thanks very much. There you have it.
Hi, my name is Lynda. I'm from Northern Ireland, and I just want to show you a piece of traditional Irish embroidery, which is Mount Mellick. As you can see, it's quite a heavy, robust kind of embroidery, and this particular piece has got the buttonhole loop fringing on it. This one here with the clover has got the knitted edge border with the looped fringing. And again, you can see that it's quite a heavy, robust embroidery. That's one I completed a wee while ago, but this one I've just finished. It's just straight off the frame, as it were. I learned a new technique for this called timbre for apply all the sequins. It's a silk embroidery thread worked on a silk background. The design was drawn for me by my granddaughter. So, thank you.
Hi, I'm Dianna. I live in North Texas in the United States. And this is a tambour beaded picture that I did inspired by the silk organza. Actually, this orangey silk organza. It's kind of a metallic thread running out through it. And it just reminded me of sunset colors. So I had these beads that kind of make the layers of light that you see during a sunset, maybe on a beach. And that's how the piece started. It's a non-standard size, so then I realized I needed a frame for it. So I decided to make one, or attempt to make one. So I'm using the same silk organza as the top for the frame. And I've done this tambour embroidery, very simple pattern around each of the edges. And then each corner has these goldwork medallions using a copper-colored metal thread, which I love and really enjoyed making. So it's almost finished. The medallions are ready to be sewn on, and then I can sew the fabric, finish off the frame, and then put the picture in. So coming very close. I hope it all works together once it's all put together. But anyway, so I've enjoyed all the different pieces and working on this and a vision that I saw in my head, and I'm really thrilled with it. So I hope you enjoyed seeing it. Thanks. Bye.
Hi, Sarah. My name is Dikla. I'm from Israel, and I have started following you about a year ago. And I'm very, very impressed with all the content you gave us and the way you explained and the close-ups, the nice, the way you film it, and I'm really appreciating it a lot. I watched every video, and I even looking forward for the next. And I love Ginger Cat that is joining us to the whole sessions and sprinkling his catty atmosphere around us. And what I do is something very different from what you teach, but then nevertheless I like to have you in the background during the time that I'm working on it. These are actually portraits. I will try to show. It's a portrait that I'm doing based on a picture, black and white, so I need to invent colors. And I don't use so many stitches. What I do is just lifting up one thread from the fabric and continuing it. So it's just a thread with one thread of the fabric I'm lifting and continuing to do that. So thank you very much. And I also try to do the back a bit neater, maybe not perfect, but I try to listen to your nice advices. Thank you. Bye bye.
Hi everyone, my name is Charlotte. I'm from France, from Brittany. I've been doing embroidery for about 2 years now, and this is the project I wanted to show you today. I've been working on it for about 4 months now. This is actually a special technique. For this I use a linen fabric, and I stitch through woolen fabric. This way I don't use a hoop. As for the thread, I'm using silk thread for this project, which make the thing a little bit more complicated but also more pretty. Also, this is a local technique, an old one with quite unusual and unique stitches, though the main thing to do to start a project like this is chain stitches. As you can see, there are many chain stitches. This is the basic that we need to do before starting other stitches. As you can see, they are really tiny. So yes, this is my project. I hope to finish it by the end of the year, hopefully. And thank you for watching.
This is my stitching assistant, Fuzzybutt. I hope you could see me and her very well. And this is my commission. It is a commemorative piece for a lovely mother and her 2 beautiful children. These are their birth flowers. This is a delphinium or larkspur, and here is the first daffodil, and here is the second, which will be white. This is a teal ribbon that she requested, and I actually drew this on with my Cricut cutting machine. I did a lot of experimenting to be able to do that property. This is archival ink. Again, my name is Cheyenne Goodwin. If I didn't say that, I'm from Oklahoma in the United States, and I hope everybody has a wonderful day. Thank you so much.
Namaste. Hello everyone. My name is Gautam, and I am from the westernmost part of India, the state called Gujarat, which is famous for its embroidery. I work as a tour guide, and I met Sarah during one of her tours to Gujarat, which she was leading. And we took the group to different parts of Gujarat and showed some beautiful embroideries. Well, I work as a textile tour guide, but you'll be surprised to know I've been leading this tours for so many years, but I still can't sew or embroider. But I'm going to show you some beautiful embroideries of Gujarat. First of all, I'll show you an embroidery of a community called Jat. And they are Muslims and they migrated in Gujarat from parts of Syria. So here you can see some beautiful embroidery. Very tiny stitch, very tiny mirrors have been used in making this embroidery. This is just a small piece which I'm showing you. I'm going to show you the yoke of the Jat people. They make beautiful yokes which is used on their dresses, what they make. You can see the reflection of the mirrors maybe. Very, very tiny, small embroidery. And I'm going to show the back of the yoke as well. This is the back of the yoke. I'm going to show you one more yoke with much bigger mirrors onto it. You can see the difference in the style of embroidery because these are worn by different clans of the Jat. And there are 3 different clans of Jat in Gujarat. And one of the most beautiful and favorite from my collection very, very tiny embroidery on this yoke. This is almost 70 or 80 years old piece of yoke which I could manage to include into my collection of textiles. I hope you enjoyed this beautiful embroidery by the Jat community. I'm going to show you 2 more different pieces of embroidery of Gujarat. This one, you can see again it's very, very minute and beautiful pieces of embroidery. This is the embroidery done from the reverse. And I'll show you the reverse also. It's such beautiful piece of work. And another piece that I'm going to show you, the final piece for this video, is the embroidery of the Muslim community called Muthwa. And this also you can see very, very tiny mirrors being used and very beautiful embroidery that is done. If you want to see some more beautiful embroideries of Gujarat, you're welcome to Gujarat. Come on a textile tour and I would like to be your guide. You can contact me on my email ID, which is gujaratjourneys@gmail.com. It's gujaratjourneys@gmail.com. Thank you everyone, and please take care of yourselves. Stay hydrated. I heard about the heat wave. You can also contact me on WhatsApp. My number is +91 9879 215 313. Thank you very much.
Hi everyone, this is Amy from Albany, New York in the USA, and I created a canteen holder with one of my characters I designed in Blender, which is a 3D editing software. The holder attaches to your belt from the back with this loop, and I was inspired by medieval portraiture in your video, Sarah, and I used chain stitch all for the face, and for the tubing on the side I used couched seed beads. Down here, I use blackwork stitches with an applique and turkey stitch for the fur. And right here is UV resin. And I kind of couched it on. I didn't really know what to do. So the back looks kind of messy. And the brain, I use chain stitch again. Thank you for this opportunity to share my work. And I love your videos, Sarah. Bye.
Hi Sarah, I'm just showing you my goldwork frog. This is one by Georgina Bellamy that I've been reproducing. This is probably one of my first 3D goldwork pieces. I'm going to set it into this pincushion frame for my daughter for her 50th birthday, but I'm going to mount it on this lovely, beautiful hand-dyed velvet from the Thread Studio in Western Australia. My name is Heather and I am from Australia. I hope you can see me in this. And this is my mess that I'm working in at the moment. But never mind, I've managed to work through all this with all my bits and pieces, and I'm ready now to mount the frog. So I hope you all like it. Bye.
Hello, my name is Amy and I'm from Minnesota in the United States, and I started embroidery when I discovered Sarah at the beginning of this year. This is my first embroidery project. It's Sarah's Wreath of Roses design, I believe it's called. And I decided to do these fall colors, which I thought were really, really pretty. I practiced a lot beforehand with the stitches and sampled, and that definitely paid off. So it really helped. I took Sarah's advice from her videos I've seen. And I've also been doing cross stitch for years, so one I'm working on right now is this design of this dog with roses, which I saw at the store and I thought was super cute, so I wanted to get it. And this is what I have of it so far. I work on my cross stitch between embroidery projects, so that's why there's not too much done. Otherwise, I'd probably have a lot more done if I was just working on cross stitch. Anyway, I hope everyone is doing well, and I like that we all can talk about embroidery and stitching, and we all get to see each other's projects, which I think is super cool.
Hi Sarah and Jonathan, hope you're doing well. I am Danielle and I am from British Columbia in Canada, and I thought I would share with you a few things that I have made that are stitching related. I am wearing this. It is a necklace I made some time ago. This is not necessarily stitching, but bead weaving counts. My hair clips are homemade as well. I stitched them. I can show you some other ones that are not in my hair. They're just those metal clips you can get at the drugstore with some interfacing, and I stitched some beads on the interfacing and around a clip. So, you know, I do that kind of thing. I also do your traditional kind of things. This is, of course, cross stitch of a design that Witchy Stitcher made, I think. I embellished it with just some simple, you know, woven roses, things like that. I really like subversive cross stitch. It's one of my favorites, so that's what that's all about. But I also do lots of bead embroidery on bags and on other surfaces that are not necessarily, you know, just to be, you know, looked at on the wall. I don't mind that things get interacted with. If anything, it makes them look more interesting. So this is all, I would say this is 90% bead couching, but a lot of backstitch as well. Labradorite crystals, there's some check beads here in glass. Yeah, it's just a thrift store purse that I bought for very cheap and made beaded panels and sewed them on. But more recently, I've been doing packages and things. Zero waste is a real concern that we're trying to undertake because, the environment and all of that. Trying to make the containers that I use on a daily basis a little bit more attractive and less disposable, I guess, looking. The first thing I made like that is a tin. It comes apart, obviously. It's a cigarette tin made of aluminum, I guess. And I decided to bead a panel and kind of cover this as a facing so it looks a little more unique and interesting. There's a pair of earrings in here. There's one earring right here. There's the other earring on top. There's a frog in my throat. There's chain on here that I kind of stuck down with pearl cotton. There's lucite flowers. There's pearl. There's obviously DMC cotton all over this, as well as Czech beads, Japanese beads. Czech and Japanese probably are the most prominent ones. I'm just looking at it while I describe it. I did kind of a little bit of stump work by putting these flowers on with some aluminum. So that was fun. I also did a little Vaseline jar. It's just an aluminum tin that I used all the Vaseline that was in here first, obviously. And then put some flowers upside down on the bottom so it has little feet. And a little cat emoji sticker cabochon that I made some time ago now. Anything to make our, environment a little more interesting, right? This is a plastic foamer thing that I got as a freebie from a spa that I went to. It had makeup remover in it. I think there still is some in there. And I thought, what a better way to make it look cooler, than to put something beaded and colorful all over it. So I did, and glued it on with E6000, nothing fancy. I kind of like it when embroidery can be interacted with and observed, and it's not as sort of hands-off and precious kind of a thing. And it just makes the container look that much more grand, We have a jar of moisturizer that's empty right now. I'm going to go to the store soon, I don't know when exactly, and have it refilled with the moisturizing cream that I like. I just used I had a bunch of these double drilled Czech glass beads that are actually, the holes are on the diagonal, they're not straight through. I forget what those beads are called now. They have so many different types and names of the shaped beads. And on top, this was just a cheap strand of dyed howlite or agate of some kind that I got for inexpensive at the craft store. And I thought, what better place to use it, because it's kind of too chunky to wear as jewelry. So it goes on top. And it just makes the experience in the morning of putting cream on your face that much nicer.
Hi everybody, this is Karen from New Jersey in America. Presently working on, this is a 1920s original quilt square. I have a quilt that I just kind of taken the pieces apart, the squares, and as you can see, I'm just practicing some various different designs on that. And before I started stitching, I used Sarah's idea to, actually it goes this way, to draw out my stitches and try some ideas and colors and things like that. And the other last thing I just completed is this really fun French chef kitchen towel that is from the 1940s. I'm sure a lot of you remember these really fun kitchen towel series from the 30s and 40s. Great to meet you all. Thank you, Sarah.
Hi, I'm Teresa and I'm in California, and this is my most recent project. It is an A from a C to Stitch by Elizabeth Saforazad. I'm doing this as sort of a series that I'm putting together as Christmas presents. So I've got an A for my friend and a G for her daughter, and I will be doing a B for her husband as part of Christmas. Thanks for making these videos.
So I hope you enjoyed that little trip once more around the world. We had 10 different countries in there from 4 different continents. We had a really, really good response to this. So thank you very much. It was really nice to put some names to some faces as well, wasn't it?
Yep.
From our customers and from our YouTube followers and social media, and all those people who support us, and our members, channel members, and our patrons as well, who support us every day really with your comments and your suggestions and joining in. So it's really nice to see you as well, and new people who haven't done a video for us before. Welcome to you as well. So really super to see what you're all doing. Such impressive work as well, so creative while I sit in my little world doing my little thing, which I enjoy doing, and then it's really good for me to see what you're all doing, because it's just things that I maybe wouldn't think of, and to know that you can still use something from some of my videos to help you, even if you're not doing what it is that I am doing. So that was truly inspiring. Thank you so much for all joining in with that. Do go and check out the other ones as well. We've got 5 more, is it?
I think it's 5.
I think we've got 5 others as well that we've done in the past. So if you want to be inspired by what other people do check those out. And keep watching the channel, because we've got lots more coming. I'll be stitching. Jonathan will be editing. And Ginger Cat might join us occasionally as well. So thanks for watching, everybody. Have a really good day, and we will see you next time.